Wednesday, February 21st, 2024 at 6 p.m. I'm calling the Lakeville Board of Health meeting to order. Is anyone recording this meeting? I see no one. LakeCAM is taping this meeting. The first thing on the agenda is 15 Island Road, meet with Zenith Consulting Engineers to discuss requested variance and local upgrade approvals. It's like your meeting tonight, Will.
I know.
For the most part.
Will Connolly, Zenith Consulting Engineers, for the record. The site is 15 Island Road. There's an existing 3-bedroom dwelling with a failed septic on site, which we're proposing an upgrade to. To the rear of the lot, there is a wetland bordering a surface water supply, which borders Long Pond. And there are 2 wells we're contending with up in the front. So we are requesting a local upgrade from a reduction for the SAS and the neighboring well, which is located at 17 Island Road. We're asking for a reduction from 100 to 75 feet. Reduction from the leaching fields and the locust well on our site from 100 to 75 feet. A local upgrade for the number of deep holes from 2 to 1. A local upgrade from the setback between the foundation and the leaching field from 20 to 15 feet. A variance for reduction between the leaching field and the tributary to the surface water supply from 400 to 240 feet, or excuse me, the surface water supply. A variance between the surface water supply and the tank from 400 feet to 250 feet. A variance between the surface water supply and the pump chamber from 400 feet to 250 feet. A variance between the surface water supply and the treatment tank from 400 feet to 250 feet. A variance for the setback between the leaching field and the wetland bordering the surface water supply from 100 feet to 25 feet. A variance for the setback between the septic tank and the wetland bordering the surface water supply from 100 feet to 35 feet. A variance for the setback between the pump chamber and the wetland bordering the surface water supply from 100 feet to 35 feet. The same goes for the treatment tank, a reduction between the treatment tank and the wetland bordering the surface water supply from 100 feet to 35 feet. A variance for reduction in the separation between high groundwater and the inlet and outlet of the tanks from 12 inches to below high groundwater. The same goes for the pump chamber and the treatment unit. So what we're proposing here is a 1,500 gallon septic tank with a Advantex advanced treatment unit in it, a 24-inch diameter pump chamber, and an 8x24 bottomless sand filter. There's obviously not much room on this lot, so we pretty much put it in the only area we can. We tried to keep it 25 feet away from the wetland, and obviously as far away from the wells as we could. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
You're getting close to the record for variances.
I know.
Yeah, these, as usual with these type of systems, it's squeezing it in there. Was there any thought given to trying to get it out of the floodplain? Because I know it's just creeping in there a little bit, and I know it's tight, but I mean, then we're probably adding another variance by getting it closer to the main building too, or there, right?
Yeah, I think we were more so concerned about just trying to keep it as far away from the wells as we could.
Right.
It's kind of that balancing act.
Yeah, and I don't know how, I know those bobsleigh and fiddles are above ground to a degree, but like I've never put one in or seen one put in. Like, how much does flooding affect, if it was to flood to that, how much would it affect it?
I mean, it's
would be
only
quite a
coming up a
ways.
couple inches on that one corner.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they are, both lined in, stone. So the stone can take the water, and like I said, there's a liner inside the stone, so,
Okay.
I don't see big risk. And like, I agree with Will, it's better to keep it away from the well.
No, I agree with that too.
And it looks like they actually made up for the area that's in the floodplain by, over where the 57 contour is. They actually took that out, so they did compensatory storage, so that's.
Yeah,
kind of-
that was the idea there.
Okay, I didn't even notice that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and the flood plains, floods 57, and I think to get that at 2 feet's 50, they're only missing it by like 2/10 to 5680. So even though it was at flood stage, you still almost got 2 feet
I was just curious what,
above the system, even the flood stage.
they're squeezing so much on this postage stamp of a lot, so. Yeah, that's about all I had about you, Derek.
Any idea when water might be coming down this road? There's still no, this road's not with water, right? There's no,
I don't think there's any water on this
On
road,
that
to my
side, yeah.
knowledge.
It's within 100 feet or so, I believe, because it comes up Nook and then it takes a left on Island, and then to take a right would be, and it's like 2 houses away, I think.
I think it's more than 100, I'd
I
say.
think it's about a couple hundred feet.
Yeah, I would say closer to 3.
Okay. Yeah, I rode down there today, it's the first time I ever took a turn. Yeah, that way, it's the first time I've ever been down
So it
there.
comes out Nook, right?
Yeah, it comes out of Nook and hooks, it goes down Island the other
So it
direction.
comes out,
Anything
comes
at
up
this point
here,
would have to be, self-funded.
goes down
thing, like
there,
all the
and the
things
house
that are
is down
going
here,
now,
so,
but there is water available.
so
if they
40,
would
40,
be willing to do that.
80,
I know it came up on one
160,
of our other approvals,
Yeah.
so I.
87, so yeah,
They
you're,
have
you're,
actually completed a couple
you're close to
projects,
300,
you know,
you know.
to get in that compliance.
Will, do you know what kind of wells they are?
I believe they're both deep wells, drilled wells.
It's about 250, 300 feet away roughly, going off of that little plan.
So it's quite a ways. It's a lot further than the other one we had discussed. It was
Yeah.
under 100 or like 70.
What kind of well?
There would also be the expense of paying for it on top of that, which is usually the
Plus
big
the
issue.
tie-in.
Right, and the tie-in, and so it would be a major expense to hook up water, to Clarkshire's water. I'm the vice president of it, so I would, I kind of see all the projects that are going, and that would be costly.
Okay.
Now, have we done any down there that made it a stipulation to tie into water once it's available to the house with septic approval? Have you done that on others?
This is the first one that's been down there since I've been on the board for the last 4 years. I don't know about what happened before that, but this is the first one in that area, because it's kind of like a little area within itself. Now, these houses are already on it, because it's coming out right there. So there's just 1, 2, 3 that are really far away, and this is one of those 3. Because these ones are like, it's right out front, and I don't think they're hooked in.
Did you see the wells, Ed?
Yeah, it was,
like a drill?
yeah, it was above ground, yeah, but I didn't, we don't have records on it, I don't think.
Were they cased, like, did they look like they were drill wells or points or what?
I believe they were drilled wells, they were
That's
cased.
what- Yeah, and I think to your question, Derek, I think those ones we did conditional stuff, I think they were shallow, I think, right?
We have no record of the.
No record of the well.
the drilling, no.
It is what it is. Oh, as far as the system, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I read, looked through everything. I didn't find anything. It's the best system you could put there. I mean, and it's for the bedroom counts. There's an old cesspool there. I did not go in to count the bedrooms, but we got off the
No.
assessors.
Yeah,
So we're going off the assessors as a 3-bedroom. So my only question was if we had done anything to make them tie in if water comes available. If we haven't. you said it's been a while down there, said before, Ed.
What's that?
Approving septics and making them tie into the water as a stipulation.
And we should do that, and at some point, we probably should try to get a map and go back and see all the people we've approved, because maybe there's somebody there and somebody there that we already put that condition on, and then if 2 people out of the 3 have that condition, then it's affordable to run it down there, right?
Right.
Yeah, you could run it and you can get 3 houses.
Yeah.
So, like right there, you get these 3. So yeah, it's 300 feet, but if you get 3 houses in there, it
Yeah.
makes it worthwhile.
For the association to run it, right, if they chose.
Did, we get the well test? With the
Not yet.
title plan? No.
You guys didn't get a water analysis yet, did you?
Not to my knowledge, no.
We'll need it before the COC, but a lot of times when it's an automatic failure, they don't do it right away.
Sure.
We have the abutters notified? We have
Yeah.
notification cards?
Do you have cards?
I thought Jen said she might have sent them.
Yeah, I think that was the one that Janice sent the email afterwards, right?
Yeah, we got a photocopy of it.
Yeah, there's a copy of cards there.
Yeah, she's out of the office this week, so I think she sent them.
But yeah, they were sent. I don't know if which ones came back though. But they notified everyone, even
Okay.
Clark Shores Water, New Bedford, Taunton, and then especially the abutters owner.
Okay.
Any other-
Anything else? You got
anybody
any, Bob?
No, just that we should put that same stipulation, right, when water's available, they're gonna hook up to it.
I think so, I know we've done it in the
We've been
past.
being pretty
and-
consistent with
Because you
that.
got a well variance, so if water comes, it should be tied in.
Yeah.
Within 1 year, I think we were letting them or something,
Yeah, I agree with that,
and it's just consistent, I think, what we've done, I remember doing it.
yeah.
Anyone else here want to speak to this? Okay. You got anything else, Ed?
I make a motion to approve the septic repair at 15 Island Road with the 15 requested local upgrade approvals and variances with one stipulation of, if water becomes available, public water, I believe it was called down there, is available to the lot, it must be tied into public water within 1 year of becoming available onto the lot, and the existing well must be decommissioned by a licensed well driller.
I'll second that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, next on the agenda is 11 Island View, meeting with Zenith Consulting Engineers to discuss requested local upgrade approvals. Back to you, Will.
Will Connolly from Zenith for the record. So the site is 11 Island View. There is an existing dwelling, which is located to the west of the lot, which is bordered by Long Pond. They have an existing septic tank and pump chamber out in the front, which pumps up to a leaching field, which is located approximately 400 feet from Long Pond. They recently constructed a garage up here on this piece, and they are looking to just tie in a bathroom to the existing leaching field. So we're proposing a 1,500 gallon 2-compartment tank and a 1,000 gallon pump chamber, and that'll all just be tied in together. The septic tank is located about 318 feet from the pond. We're requesting a reduction of the required setback between the septic tank and pump chamber and the surface water supply from 400 feet to 310 feet. And the reduction of the requirement of the 12-inch separation between the inlet and outlet of the septic tank and pump chamber and high groundwater. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So my biggest concern from Ed's comments and the pictures shown and looking at the previous minutes was, the last time this came before us, we discussed, being open to like a man cave type setup above the garage and just a bathroom, but it seems like this is going beyond that. And that's definitely making some concerns on definitely with me. I don't know how the rest of the board feels, but I know that's a concern with me.
It's like Groundhog Day. I don't even know how many times I've talked about this in all the years I've been on the board.
Yeah, so I guess I'm in the same boat, just determined, I went back, this obviously goes back to 1999, when the septic was approved.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm sure you've looked into it somewhat, Will. I'm just trying to find my paperwork that I lost already. I had a bunch of notes on it. 1999, the septic was approved, the lots were combined, and part of the approval was that other house had to be raised, and all the plumbing had to be removed. Which I guess before the certificate of compliance was issued, but I guess it was issued and the stuff wasn't removed for some reason.
Well, I'm sorry, what wasn't removed?
The plumbing, I guess. We had a discussion.
Yeah,
Both of
if you
you
guys
are
gonna speak,
welcome to
against
come up
the
to the microphone
mics,
if you'd
please.
like.
In 1999, the board wanted all plumbing to be removed and the building not to be used as any part of a house.
Right, it was a house when I bought it in 2005.
But it wasn't supposed to be.
Wasn't supposed to.
Was that in writing anyways?
Yeah,
Not
it's in
that,
the minutes.
we don't care about the house anyway, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. I didn't take down the house until I had a permit to put a new one.
Right.
Not a house, but what we want is, there's 6 of them in a neighborhood. We wanted to raise it, store the jet skis, store a
It's our
pontoon
pond
boat.
house. We live in Freetown, but this is our pond house.
Yeah.
And pretty much just we go there, you know, in the summer, all our family, my siblings and
It's
grandkids.
changing areas, and so that we're not messing up.
so
Right.
much like
So
that.
let me just continue,
Yep.
Okay,
and then I'll open up the discussion for you guys.
okay.
So back in 99, when the septic was approved by the board, this house was supposed to have the plumbing ripped out and not to be used or raised. And I guess for some reason, it just was never taken out of this house. And then in 2005, were you the owner in 2005? So you
Yes.
came back to the board in 2005.
I
bought
bought
it
it
in
in
05.
2005, so I never went back. I don't ever remember.
Let me read the minutes who came in front of it. So you have all the meeting minutes. Bob Brigo came, and the owner was Mark Watson.
Yes,
He was present. He wanted to have water in the building now. So after much discussion and review, including decision lot size, I believe they voted to rescind the condition that the structure will remain uninhabitable outbuilding and the Board of Health records will show the same. So that was in '05.
so you did give permission back then.
No, this was a denied request.
It says uninhabitable.
Uninhabitable. The structure will remain uninhabitable outbuilding.
Okay,
So that was in '05. So basically, it left the structure there in '05 is what I'm reading.
yeah.
But it was
we
still
didn't take it down
uninhabitable.
until a
It
few years
wasn't
ago.
any part of a house or anything like that.
Correct,
But they allowed the structure to stay, because the previous ones, they wanted it raised. Said to
okay.
be raised in
Oh, I thought
'99.
when you said raised, raised it.
Removed.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Torn down,
Torn
Gotcha,
down, removed, and it wasn't. So in '05, they allowed the structure to stay, but it was to be uninhabitable outbuilding.
Like a shed or a storage
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like that.
And then we
Bunkhouse, I
moved
think it
forward to 2018, and you came, all 3 of us board members were present in 2018. And we had a lengthy discussion, 2 or 3 pages worth here on this one, 3 pages worth, of what we could possibly do with the structure to get water in it for a bathroom for you, because you wanted
Correct,
a bathroom in that building.
correct.
And I think we all agreed we didn't vote or anything, it was just a discussion, but we did agree that if you had a garage there, a bathroom would be okay, and I'm still okay with that, I stand behind.
And that's where we're at.
But we just have concerns, I guess, now, is like,
It looks like there's a laundry, a kitchen, a full bathroom.
yeah,
That's a
so-
little bit more than what we're,
That's what I understood, that there was no, in other words, we couldn't make bedrooms, you couldn't have a residence there.
Right.
We could have a man cave there, it's gonna be a place to have cookouts, things like that.
but laundry, a kitchen and a bathroom.
Well, if you're
You're just
coming
missing a
out of-
bedroom, it's a house.
That,
with
that,
towels and everything
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
pond, we're having a party. So you got 30 people, whatever, however many people. Was the intention. It was never said that we couldn't.
Right, but these things tend to turn into other things.
yeah.
And
It was,
it's been our experience and you're not the first person to come before us with
Yeah.
a room over a garage. Just want to make it this, and next thing you know, it's in a full apartment.
and even, I mean, I have the meeting minutes, nothing was discussed for laundry, a kitchen, nothing.
Just a bathroom.
We said, I've read this 3 times already. We allowed a bathroom to go in your garage. That's what we discussed. You can't put laundry in it, in my opinion. You can't do a kitchen. You can't have a tub. It's a bathroom. It's not to be used as any sort of resident or anything. It's just a
Yeah,
bathroom.
just-
You're in a zone A.
But
The
who-
permit that I have in my truck that was issued to me is a day house. That was the permit that was issued.
You guys have a copy as well.
By who?
And there's
By the
also a
town of
condition
Lakeville.
there's a condition on this permit,
Yeah?
right?
Yeah,
It says
Which
garage with
permit
law
is that?
space, no bedrooms, no bathrooms, not to be used as a dwelling,
written right on it and
What
signed.
year is that?
from 2017.
I'm
And
unaware.
initials.
I only know from
Kevin
when I
signed it.
came to this.
Kevin
board.
Bernardo. And he wrote right on it, which is our previous health agent. So that clearly says it also,
I came to you in 2018.
correct.
But I owned it in 17, so where did this discussion come from?
This was, the building permit to John F. Mello. Garage demo with living space above. So I believe your building permit. And our agent wrote right on it and initialed it, that it's a garage with a loft space, no bedrooms, no bathrooms, not to be used as a dwelling. So he even
It's
says no
not on my
bathroom.
permit. I can't
Just to
help you.
clarify here too, right? So the permit application was in August of 2017. Kevin signed it in June of 18, which was 5 months after the meeting that you were here with us.
But I'm not sure I understand, because all I know is I have the permit, and it seems like you have a piece of paper that I've never seen.
You have a building permit approval form.
Okay, you want me to give them to him?
I mean, shouldn't they have involved me?
That should be on your
So-
building permit.
Well, I can go get it. and
My
show
guess
you.
is when you applied, they sent you to us and you had to come before us for the meeting.
Yes,
And we had our discussion, and in that discussion, we agreed to a bathroom, but
That's
you,
right.
we didn't vote on it, because we
didn't have
also
a
suggested
plan.
you need to come back to us with engineered plans showing the design for all
Yes.
that, right? And then Kevin signed off saying no, because you didn't have plans yet. He said
hadn't
no
done what he did
bathroom,
yet.
no bedrooms,
so he made a
signed the
note and
permit
put it in his
saying you
file.
couldn't have a bathroom because you didn't come back to us with plans yet.
I'm back.
So now you're back, so.
But now it went from tear the house down, now you can leave the building up, now you can leave the building up with a bathroom in it for convenience. And now it's got a full kitchen, a laundry room, a bathroom, and it's a whole nother apartment now.
It's not an apartment.
If you have
it's
all those
just a
things, it's an
box like
apartment.
this.
If you have all those things, it's an apartment. A kitchen makes it an apartment.
Well, we would like to use our place as our location on the pond. It's our only access to the pond.
But you can't have 2 dwellings on a property.
It's not a dwelling. If you saw a
But all
garage,
these things make it a dwelling. That's the problem.
the ability to have a cookout or clean the dishes or something, there's plenty of garages with sinks in it and this and that. Whether you call it a mop sink or I decide to put a countertop because we're gonna clean and have cookouts and clean the place there, that's what it is, really. I mean, we've tried to build our dream garage. And
we were fortunate enough that we have access to the finances to put all, you know, and that's the thing, it's more of just a luxury item, than just, you know what I mean, a concrete slab.
But it's a whole nother apartment, whether you guys say you're gonna use it for that or not, it's a
Right.
whole nother apartment.
so,
I
the
mean,
other
it started
properties
at
you
the
guys
beginning.
have around
Originally,
there,
when
why
you bought
can't you
it,
use
that
those
building was
facilities?
supposed to get torn down. Down to the ground,
it's good
gone.
that somebody
Then you
might have
came
told me
back,
that,
and
though.
that's between you and who you bought it from, and the
Yeah.
lawyers that did the title for you. Then you came back and said, can we leave the building? We said, okay, can we leave the building?
That was
We'll-
even
we'll
before
allow
That's
that.
before
Just
me,
before.
so I don't
Yeah.
know any of
Previous
this.
Then you came back and said, well, can we put a bathroom in it, even though it was supposed to come down and all the plumbing was gonna get ripped out? And then we didn't even vote on it yet, but we said if you brought us back a plan, we were all in kind of agreement that if you had a bathroom out there, toilet and a sink, it wasn't that big of a deal. And we said, okay, but you never came back with these plans, so that technically has never been voted or approved. You've never got that, that's why he made those notes on your permit.
COVID
Now you
came,
co-
we're
yeah,
here.
I get that, but now you're back with that, but now it went from us not tearing it down, not taking the plumbing out, letting you leave it there, and now it just doesn't have a bathroom, now it has a laundry area, a full kitchen, it's a whole apartment now.
It's
And we
something
never
we can
agreed to
use.
that, none of the conversations we ever said we were okay with that.
I'm sorry if the Board of Health has a feeling that we should not have a washer and dryer where our pool house is or where we're gonna do that. Maybe I took that for granted, or I thought that we'd all be able to clean whatever, the coolers, stuff like that, we're gonna be able to clean it. I'm here to work with you, whatever we can do, but we would like to enjoy our waterfront location.
You can ask these guys, but I'm not approving an apartment up there.
It
I'm just
is not, I'm making it
is,
clear
just because
on
you're not
record.
calling it that, it is. Once you have a full kitchen, laundry, and a bathroom, it's an apartment. It's a legal apartment. Whether you say you're gonna use it for
Even
that
though
or
you
not,
pack
it
boats and
still
jet
is.
skis and stuff in it.
Not upstairs, downstairs
Maybe
you
we
do.
will.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an opening big enough, maybe we will.
Yeah, if you park stuff on the lower level, you can park anything you want in the garage.
And then when you go to sell it, it'll be marketed as another bedroom.
No,
with a full-
no, that's not true.
But you have everything there to do it. So what's gonna stop you from doing it?
Because I own 3 houses around it.
But
that
no,
if
when
I
you go
need
to
a
sell
house,
it, what's gonna stop you from marketing that as a separate apartment?
We would never.
Can't.
If you say.
Legally, you can,
You
but
bought it
Yeah,
from,
that's
a
right,
realtor
too.
marketed to
Right,
you
that's the
as
thing.
2 houses on a property, right?
You could possibly build a second house.
So someone marketed it to you as 2 separate houses on a lot, right? And it wasn't.
But we're not trying
But so
to, and
what-
I agreed with you guys before we got into litigation and turned that, I got a permit to build a day house. Day house is a little more than a garage. I got permission to build a day house before we exercised to tear the dwelling that was there down.
This doesn't say day house on it.
Do you want me to go get the permit and show you what
Sure.
not what you have that I've never seen, what was issued to me?
You couldn't have got a permit without the Board of Health signing off, but if you say you have one that we signed off, bring it in. I'll be happy to look at it.
Oh, I'm just saying, the building department gave me a day house permit.
The building department could let you build a garage. They can't let you put bathrooms in until the Board of Health
They
signs off on
shouldn't
it.
have put day house, I guess.
You could, I don't care what you called it, until the Board of Health signed off, it couldn't have a bathroom in it.
But
Day
you
house
guys
is new to me.
agreed.
No, we didn't. That was, you got that before
You
we
said
said
you
it.
could come
And then we
back
said
and
yes, and
with
we
a-
said if you came back with a plan, and we were all in favor if you had a half bath. But now it's come back, and again, it went
All
from
right, so do you
tear
wanna
it down,
limit it to a
it went
half
from
bath?
tear it down, can we leave it up for storage and our stuff? Yes, you can leave it up for storage and stuff. Can we have a half bath in it? We said, yep, if you come back to us with a completed plan, and we discussed it, but
Can
we
you-
were all probably in agreement that that was okay, and now the plan comes in with a whole apartment.
All right,
I'm just
can you
not
show
doing it,
me
I'm
the
one
half
vote.
bath, please? And if you want, I'll go get the permit for the day house.
okay. Yeah.
What half bath? We've never permitted anything yet. We didn't vote that night because we couldn't
But you
vote on
agreed
nothing
to-
we didn't.
You agreed to.
We
have
agreed in
somebody come
principle,
in.
you could
To
have a half
submit,
bath
yes.
up there.
And I can
if
read
you
the
brought
entire
it back
meeting
to
minutes.
us
It won't
After
come
the
back.
plans came in.
Yeah,
The minutes even say we couldn't vote on anything that night because we didn't have a plan for that. in front of
correct.
us.
Well, I'm back with a plan.
Right. so
Right.
that's
Yeah,
what we
but this
have.
isn't for
But
the half
you went
bath, this is for the
forward
whole
without it
apartment.
until now.
You can build a garage all day long. You can't put bathrooms and kitchens in it.
But you went forward with your
without
day
coming to
house
us.
without our approval.
No, I was waiting for Zenith Engineering. We also, listen.
You say you
COVID
have a
and-
permit that says day house on it.
I
That's
do.
not what we talked about in this meeting.
I asked, I
Garage with a bath-
requested
That's
this
not what
permit
we
before
talked
the
about in this
town.
meeting.
He wouldn't do it without, he wouldn't give me the permit without going before the Board of Health.
And that's why they put notes on the building
And that's
permit
why it's-
that says, it hasn't been signed off by us yet, so you can go ahead and build your garage. He can let you build a garage all day without our permission. But until you came with a plan and approved and to put a bathroom in, and we still had a vote on it. Just because we all in general said, all right, well, we'll let you have a bathroom in there, I guess, because if that's what you're gonna use it for. But we never voted because there was no plan to vote on. But we talked about it and we said, we'd go that far with you, we'd work with that. So we kept going and going and going with you, and now it's a whole apartment. I'm just not gonna vote for it. So
Okay,
I'm just
so
telling you.
why don't you tell me what you'd like? Do you want me to shrink the bathroom? Or do you want me to not, don't put a washer and dryer? Tell me what to do, because so that we can go on with what's up, what my permit, what I thought my permit was good for.
I'd go back to what we agreed, a half bath. No kitchen, no laundry, no nothing, a half bathroom up there.
That's exactly where I'm at, because that's exactly
So,
what we discussed
And,
at the
what we
okay,
meeting.
said.
all right,
That's what's in
and
the
then
meeting
what do I
minutes.
do? So if I wanna put a sink to wash pots, pans, for the stove, you know, what, to cook out, we were putting an outdoor kitchen in. And, do I come back before the board and ask permission to put a sink in the garage?
No, I'm not approving anything other than a half bathroom. That's all I'm gonna vote for. No other plumbing in the building, a half bath in the garage, because that's what we said we would do, and I stand behind my word. But I'm not going any farther. I feel like I've gone and gone and gone and gone through this whole process with you guys, and I'm just not going this far because we've denied tons of other people from letting them make a whole nother apartment. So I'm just personally not gonna do it. We never said we would, technically, we never even voted for the half bathroom. Tonight, we could just say we don't even agree, feel that we don't think that's the right thing to do anymore. But I said I would do it. If you brought it back, I still keep my word and do it, but I'm not gonna vote for any other plumbing in that building except a half bath.
Well, if that's what you wanna vote on, we'll vote on for the half bath, but I'm a little disappointed that this Board of Health would not support a nice building on the pond. Not
We
looking for a
can't
resident.
nothing to do with
legally
that.
give you two buildings on one property. It's not even in our
Two
purview.
dwellings, two dwellings,
Once it
right?
has a kitchen in it, in a laundry, it's a dwelling. A kitchen makes it a dwelling.
So
That's
you're
not us, that's the law. The law says, once you have a kitchen, that's a whole nother dwelling. He knows, he's your engineer, he can tell you. That's not us. We went out of our way to say, don't rip it down, don't just use it for storage, finish the upstairs and leave a half bath in it. But I am not gonna approve a whole nother unit. We can't, I don't even think legally we can do that.
And this is in a zone A too. Everybody on the pond wants increase in flow in zone A. We do not
Increase
increase
what?
flow. Increase flow to the septic system in the zone A. You can't increase flow on this property. And everybody that comes in front of us wants to increase
So
flow.
if someone
You-
decided to
you
live
can't.
there, the septic system's gonna fail because there's too much flow.
It's-
going
You
on.
only have a
But you
deed
did
restricted
say-
2-bedroom septic on this, all these
It
properties.
must be in the minutes about a day house, that, it wouldn't have just got on the permit.
It said.
Go get the
pool-
permit, because this doesn't say anything about day house. I don't know what, and we didn't talk about day house. We said we'd allow a pool house or a man cave type place, which has nothing.
This man cave has a kitchen sink.
Just wanna make it clear, pool houses are different because they're usually not enclosed.
Those in
So,
quotes.
so you often do get a sink and a fridge in a pool house, but it's not enclosed, so therefore it's not habitable space.
Exactly.
So you are allowed to do more for a kitchen in a pool house because it's not enclosed. So that's kind of a different category, but
Yeah, you can do an outdoor kitchen. And that's basically what a pool house has, an outdoor kitchen.
Couple other quick questions to you, Will, on this one. Is there water already in this building? It's not showing any water lines. Where are you getting water from? How's it getting there? Is it sleeved over them sewer lines? That horse main? You don't show any water, but you need water to have a bathroom.
Yeah, I'm actually not aware of that right now. I don't know
So
if
we'll
there's.
need that shown, where it
Yeah.
is, how it got there, if it's already installed. You have elevations, but I don't really see a perk test where you got the groundwater elevation for the tank. Did you pull it off the old septic perk from 99?
Yeah,
How did
so
you
I think
determine
what we
that?
did was we just held the groundwater that they had
At
in this
3 feet?
location, whatever it was, 3 feet, and just used it at that existing.
And then, is there any wells within 50 feet of them tanks? What is on lot 8? I don't see a well on lot 8.
All right, just let me jump in here, you just brought this in. The permit was issued to demo the existing cottage, replace two-car garage with loft above, living space. Condition, no
Living
bedroom,
space.
not a primary residence, and certified foundation as built.
I spent all this money on that. On that there, that's all we're looking for. We're gonna put some pool tables, we're gonna have this,
Can't you
and
put something on it, like,
a game room.
yeah, like,
First we put down, it had to get torn down. Then we changed it.
That
that
was
you
light
did-
years
But you
before me.
bought it, and that's on you and your attorney to not do a title search. If you
No,
didn't
'cause
investigate
last
that.
it was said, it was.
If that didn't get investigated by the attorney or the person sold it to you, then that's on
But they
them to
did,
go
and it
back.
was said that it could stay up.
That was after. First it had to come down. Then we said it could stay up as a garage to use for storage.
Right, I
Right?
can only speak from 2005
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, and this permit has nothing to do with plumbing or a bathroom or anything.
No,
There's nothing. It's
it
just a
doesn't say
permit
nothing
to
about it.
It
build.
doesn't, it says the same thing as this does.
yeah.
It says garage demo with living space above,
Yeah.
which, you know, a kid,
That says living space above.
yeah, it's the same
Thank
thing.
you.
There's nothing about a day house.
Yeah. And we said the plumbing had to come out in one of the previous things.
Take a look at it, I'll show you.
There you go. So-
Two garage was above living space.
Mhm.
Condition, no bedroom, not a primary residence, and certified foundation as built required. You're right about, okay, I don't see.
There's
can't
nothing
see
with
day house
plumbing,
on there.
there's nothing,
So it might not be, it
bathroom.
might be a day and night
Right.
loft house. But, I mean, that's what we have.
Cause I mean, even, I'm not too familiar with the building permits, but if he was permitted for a bathroom, it would say on that building permit, a
Say with a
bathroom.
bathroom.
No, that's your department.
No, it's not. The building department, you didn't get the plan and get it voted on by us to have the bathroom so Nate could add it on your permit.
That's why it's not
So
on
Nate
that
didn't put it
permit.
on that permit because you
So
never
you're not
brought it
supposed to
back
have
and
a
had us
Okay,
vote on it.
but we're here
So-
as a team,
Right.
that's what we're.
And I'm
applying for.
telling you, I'll agree to do what I said I would do and give you a half bath up there with no other plumbing.
So,
And if you don't want that, then there's
so
no
we get
vote.
a
can't have a
permit without
shower
approval
to-
from us. and
Everybody
going
on the lake
forward.
wants extra buildings
stuff.
with more showers and rooms and places for people to sleep.
No, it's a
We do
place-
this every meeting, people come and want that. I get it. If they have water and sewer down there, it might be a different story, but you don't. It's a zone A. That's the most sensitive area in the whole town. We just can't keep allowing these things. We can't. And we can't even legally add that. We can't even add an increase in flow. And the kitchen and laundry make it a whole nother apartment. Whether you call it or gonna use it for that, it's legally makes it a whole nother apartment. And we can't even allow that.
Yeah, even, good faith, I believe you're probably just gonna use it as a gamer, but what hap 2 years, something happens, and next thing you know, someone's living there. And that, we can't
But
have that.
again,
We
I-
can't have that. That's the problem. We can't have that.
And a game room just needs a bathroom. It doesn't need a shower, it doesn't need,
No,
nobody's going to a game
Sink,
room
it doesn't
playing
need a laundry
pool,
room.
doesn't need a
I
laundry
understand what you're
room.
saying. You wanna have these
Doesn't
extra
need a kitchen.
amenities, but we can't have, like, things change. And the way we look at it is that could quickly change into a dwelling like that overnight.
Once it has that stuff, it is a dwelling. It's a legal
Exactly,
dwelling.
but I'm trying to humor them as far as what they want, what they're talking about. But that's how quickly it can switch from, you know, what we're talking about, you know, from what you're talking about. And we just can't allow that to happen.
And just jumping back to my other question, Will, any wells within 50 feet of those tanks? Where was the well on lot 8?
I'm actually not aware.
Comes from the,
It comes from
well, Island 11.
11 Island View.
That's what I was.
So it's down the
I
hill?
assume it's a
So it's a
Yeah.
shared well with
Yeah.
11, because you show 11.
By the pond. Right
Okay,
on the
so there's
pond.
no wells within 50 feet of them tanks?
All the wells were field
No.
located
Okay.
out there, so.
And you determined the water table from the previous perk. And my last question I had on it also was, this system now is from 1999. What are we pushing, 20-something years old now, 25 years old? Has there been a Title V or anything on it, just to make sure this is still working properly?
Just when I bought it.
That was in '05.
But that we do that for a living. I own a company that
Right.
does that for a living. It-
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs good. I mean, I had a tree fall in there to dig up the D box. 'Cause it hit the cover.
Yeah,
And like I said, I watched the thing run, pipe it up, because it pumps up.
yeah.
And it leached right out, went, clean. Worked like it should. Pumped
there's
a couple
people-
1,000 gallons into it.
Currently living in the 2-bedroom house that's occupied?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only thing too, is I would like to see a Title V, just because it's 25 years old, just to make sure that the system's working before we add a bathroom. I know it's not a bedroom,
Yeah.
but seeing you tying in a bathroom, and you're in a Zone A, which is, like you said, the most sensitive area. I don't want to make sure that the system is still working, where you're adding a bathroom up there. It's just one of my, and also where we kept bringing up, everything is not on the deed all through these previous, even back in 2018. I think whatever we do, if we do agree something here, I think there should be something put on the deed.
Yeah.
So if anybody buys, like you said, you didn't know it was on,
Right.
something, whatever we
Yeah,
agree
well,
should be.
It's a day house. That's
Recorded
right.
on the
It's going
deed.
into a family trust.
And
Hopefully grandchildren,
Whoever
this and
buys
that,
it
it's
will
never
see
gonna move.
whatever we approved on a deed. They won't have to fish through the Board of Health and
Yeah.
meeting minutes and see back over since '99 what went on with this property to 2024. But again, I can only see a half bath. I think that's all that was discussed. It shouldn't have a shower. I mean, you have the house down at the bottom. It's not you can't be a dwelling. You want to have a bathroom in your garage, we allow that. You're adding 2 tanks in the Zone A and tying into the force main.
Ed, do you have any more to add?
Just gonna comment, where you're having the proposed force main going into the existing force main. If that's empty, although you have a Y and you're directing it up, if the other half is empty, it's all gonna go down to the original.
Well, why don't we just, instead of tapping into the force main,
Just go
I'd
straight
run a
into the
separate
depot.
one.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
I would,
Right to the
I
depot.
would like, doing it for a living, it would make a lot more sense to run a separate one.
right.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, we can absolutely do that.
I think that would be a much,
Yeah.
because then which way
And
is
while
the
you were
train?
out, there was a question, if there's water in there already, and if it is, when did it go in and where is it? It's not shown on there. Where's the water going into the garage? How's that getting in there?
It was run up when it was cut off at the other house, so we would just tap in, where it was.
So we need that shown on the plan
So,
as part of the approval.
It's not on
I
there
don't know
now.
if it's that saw cut mark
Yeah,
right there.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
That's where it's going in.
Yeah, it's not shown obviously, but that's roughly,
Is it already in, because I think the floor's already poured, is it already in the
Yeah.
building?
Yeah, yeah.
We sleeved it.
Set up over there, there's a cell phone.
77 contour line? It's not a saw cut, but it's a contour line.
to the left of that, there's, doesn't call it out, but I believe that's
Yeah, little,
where the,
Oh, no, it
Tree
runs,
side is
so
up there?
no, it runs, so that's the septic pipe we were talking about. It runs more, say, directly in front of it, under the asphalt, going to, leading to 8 Island View. The water line. that we
oh,
were
it goes to
tying-
8.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, eight,
that
eight's
also
tied
goes to
into
8.
11 Island View as
Okay,
well.
so
So
it's
we were
going-
just gonna tie into the water line that's already on the side of it.
So your water goes from 8 onto the This one?
from 11
11.
to 8, and it splits to that building in 8.
Okay. Is that, now that's a different property,
Yes, it
8,
is.
yeah, it's another house.
so how are we getting water from a different property?
From 11, it's staying on 11. The water, it's
Shared, well.
a shared well with 8 and 11.
8 and 11,
Yes,
okay.
No, you own 8 as well, right?
he does, yeah.
But we're talking about 11, these are two different properties, 8,
Yeah,
8 and
okay.
11. So it comes up, we have no idea where it is.
We do,
I
we
know
put
where
it.
it is, yeah, I installed it. Runs up the driveway.
If you're gonna make changes to putting it into the D box, maybe they can just put
Yeah,
Showing
just
a
show it
property
for the
location,
record.
showing a-
Yeah, I know
We need to
exactly
know where
what
your
it
water
is.
line is, just for,
Yeah, there's
Where the sewer lines
magnet tape
crossing and-
on it, you know, so
yeah, well, if you put it in, you know where it is.
I know exactly where it is.
And have Ed
Yeah,
verify
and
where
it's
it
already
comes up in the
sleep, but
building.
it's already sleep, so you can go and,
Yeah.
with your eyes,
But
see
it'll
it.
be good to show
Yeah,
on the
and
plan.
where, how it gets there. So it's actually wide, or does it actually come through the garage now to 8? Did you?
Why?
So you found that one line coming up and you just cut a Y into it?
No, yeah, it's just right there, and when we're ready, we'll cut it. I
Yeah,
don't
but
wanna put it through the
we
winter.
don't- Yeah, we just sleeved it in the garage, now there's no water there.
Oh,
yet.
okay, so you have.
No, it's just,
So you're
I
gonna
know where
find
it
that
is.
line.
Yeah,
and you're
and
gonna
it
want
just,
it.
we
Correct.
sleeved it, cause we weren't at that point to put water in.
Yeah, so we're gonna show that on the plan.
Yeah, like I said, we
Cause it's just
want,
supposed to be 10 feet away from the plumbing by code. It's,
yeah.
Mhm.
just so it's shown.
Yep.
As far as the tanks, heights, inverts, I think tying a direct line in the D box is a good idea. I don't know if they're, and they're totally separate.
Mm.
In a Title V, just to make sure that it's still leaching in 25 years. It's already deed restricted to 2-bedroom back in 99, correct, Ed? This property? It's
Yeah,
already
there's a deed restriction
So
already.
there's nothing we need to.
3 or
Just
2?
3 recorded.
That's a 3-bedroom. I bought it as a 3-bedroom in the permit. I believe my septic plan says 3-bedroom, but you can
Yeah,
say
it's-
different. if you want.
The assessors does say 3-bedroom,
Thank you.
but the septic is a 2-bedroom.
It's deed restricted
It's
2-bedroom.
226 gallons per day, which would be a 2-bedroom. But yeah, the assessors has the 11,
So we ought to get that reduced. Yeah, I mean, why pay for it if it's not permitted?
Yeah, you'll save a little on your taxes.
Yeah,
but if it is a 3-bedroom, it's
yeah,
an
it
actual.
is. I mean, he uses that as an office or whatever, but.
So technically, I mean, we don't really go by the assessors at all as far as this, and this was, a 2-bedroom deed restricted property back in 99, before you bought it. So it'll always be a 2-bedroom, you can't increase flow in the
Okay.
zone A, that was part of all this discussion on that.
But if
Trying to
you
do a top.
decided, could I hire Zenith if I wanted to say, I don't see it, but I'm asking the question for my own knowledge, but if I wanted to make it a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom,
You can't,
Can't,
not
can't
without
increase
going
flow.
through a permit,
not
or,
through any,
Because-
Not through
DEP
anything.
won't even allow it, we can't increase the flow in the zone A at all.
is that right?
yeah, so you
That,
can't.
no, that's for knowledge. I have
Right.
customers that ask me. I'm like,
Yeah, so there's, in a zone A, because you're
Okay.
within 400 feet of the pond. If you can get
Even with the
outside that,
tanks.
different
Yeah,
story.
it's way, it's on it, it's a steep hill.
Yeah, you're way up top, but everything
I-
does flow down to the
Yeah, no, I-
pond.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
isn't
flow of the
it-
water.
Is that about 400 feet from it?
380?
It's close, but even, you would need to get the tanks 400 feet outside the zone A,
No kidding.
so, yeah.
What do you wanna do?
I'm fine with allowing just a.
Yeah, while you guys were talking, I was thinking about how we should structure it. To be ready to the approval, a half bath, add the deed restriction, make the changes to the single line to the D box. I mean, I'm fine with that
And
part.
showing the water line.
Just- and put it in clearly in writing, what we're okay
Deed
with.
restriction,
That's it.
maybe we'll leave that part up to Ed to deal with through
What's that?
the deed restriction part, just to make sure.
We could even maybe put the half bath on the deed restriction.
Oh, definitely.
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so the deed restrictions on 11, Island View, so you wanna include that, the fact that the garage has a half bath in
Was
the
permitted.
same deed. So the deed restriction that's there that has a 2-bedroom thing, just saying, okay, it is a 2-bedroom, but there's an accessory building with a half bath, or something like that. And that's not for living space.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Correct.
Okay.
And that way, down the road, it'll always be on the deed, and there won't be any confusion.
All right, when you guys make it.
Any other questions or?
No.
Anything? And you're gonna just resubmit a plan, just showing the other D-box line and the well?
Yeah, we can resubmit a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, and the water line too, right?
And the water line.
Yep.
I make a motion to approve the septic, tank plan for 11 Island View with a plan redrawn showing, the force main going directly into the D-box, the location of the water line, a deed restriction on the property showing a half bath, to be installed only in the garage,
No other plumbing at all.
no other plumbing and not to be a living space. And a Title V, just to show the system is in working condition.
I'll second that.
And you just say the 3 upgrades,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
2 upgrades. I'm sorry.
On the plan.
Great.
And with a local upgrade approval requests, there's 2 of them, reduction of setback required between septic tank and pump chamber from surface water supply from 400 to 310, and reduction in requirement of 12-inch separation between inlet and outlet tees of the septic tank and pump chamber and high groundwater. Provide all boots or pipe joints are sealed with hydraulic cement and watertight sleeves, and the tank is proven watertight per CMR 310 15.405.
I'll second that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Alright. Next on the agenda was discuss and possibly vote to allow pet dogs in outdoor dining areas, continue from February 7th meeting.
I didn't read through all this, I just got it tonight. Can I just make a motion, we continue this to our next meeting?
Yeah.
Second?
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next on the agenda, review and approve meeting minutes for December 6th, 2023. We were all present, I believe. Yes. I was good with them.
I was good with them, I read through them.
Mm.
You good, Bob?
If I'll make a motion, we approve the Board of Health meeting minutes for December 6th, 2023, as typed.
Second?
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I think you were looking for this. I got 2 of almost everything.
Alright.
I think that's all the stuff you.
Next on the agenda, discuss recent Board of Health agent pending items.
I have no pending items.
Okay, and there's just this little last minute add to that was not on the agenda about that. I'll turn it over to you, Derek, since you found it.
Yeah.
This wasn't on the agenda. Do we want to put this on the agenda for the next one?
You can put it on the agenda
Should,
for
we
next one,
can't
but we
vote
can't
on it.
discuss it or
Okay.
anything now.
It's the Town of Lakeville zoning bylaw site plan revisions. They deleted section 6.7.2 and replaced it. We'll put it on our next meeting for discussion.
Oh, I didn't realize we couldn't talk about it.
Yeah, it wasn't on the agenda.
Oh, I didn't know. New business, pending items, questions, like
No.
that type of talk.
No, it was just something terrible. That's-
Something like that, we should definitely have it on a meeting.
Okay.
That it?
You guys got anything else?
Nothing.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.